And welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are back for another playoff game in the Vancouver Sevens. This one, whoever wins will finish ninth in this matchup or in this Vancouver series competition. I'm excited for this game because both sets of fans are going wild in the stands already. You wouldn't think it was a game being played off for ninth place, but looking through it, Samoa's starting lineup will be Va'a Pilomaleko, Valvasa Afasua, Taununa Ulivaya, Paul Scanlon, Malani Matavao, Fa'afoi Falaniko, and Noeli Letufia. Then for the Kenyans, it will be Alvin Otieno, George Angeo, also Okoth, Billy Oriambo, Nelson Oyo, Tanga, and Ta'abu, the last man in the Kenyan starting side. They did not did not win a single match of their group stage, Kenya, but then went on currently on a 2-match winning streak. Whereas the Samoans, they were doing very well up until those last couple of games of their group stage where they were defeated by USA and also the New Zealanders, but they are also on a 2-match winning streak. Like I mentioned, whoever wins this match will be finishing in ninth on the 7 series. They certainly need this one, Samoa, if they want to keep their points intact. They're currently sitting 5th, whereas Kenya, they certainly need this one because they want to get out of that relegation zone. This could be just the game that helps them do it. Now, 4 seconds away, it's going to be Kenya kicking off this one from left to right to get us underway for this 9th place playoff game. The Kenyans kicker high will be Ta'abu to start this match up. Beautifully taken by Kenya. And now Nelson Oyo. In fact, that was actually Angelio. I think it was. He's wearing the wrong number kit on the back of his... Well, he's got the wrong name anyway on the back of his kit. Unless it was his middle name maybe, which is Oro. Which I think might have been what he's gone with. Ta'abu now goes off to the left-hand side for the Kenyans. Now Billy Oriambo trying to charge down the wing here. Beast of an individual. Penalty goes against the Kenyans and should be a physical match. Exactly right. I got a photo with Hooper. Congratulations. I know you were looking for one. Good afternoon, Kiwi lads. Are we still in the semis? We are not. We are playing in the next game, which is going to be the 5th place playoff game between New Zealand and the USA. Yeah, they ended up losing their quarterfinal match to Australia, New Zealand. That was yesterday. They win this one up against US, they will finish 5th. If they lose it, they will finish 6th. 1 minute gone in this match already. We have got ourselves a scrum. Now passing it back to Nanueli Letufia Malani Matavao. Now trying to step off. Oh, the referee's in the way. Falaniko not looking too happy with him. He gets back up to his feet, trying to run at the ref again. He has all that space, but managed to run into the referee almost twice. Malani Matavao goes off to Paul Scanlon on the short side. Thinking about passing it back across. Good run from Scanlon. Goes right up the middle. Finds his offload to Letufia. There's a wrestle down. Falaniko again goes off to Malani Matavao wide. Pass now to Nuulivaya. Matavao to Falaniko. So far, good defense from the Kenyans, allowing the Samoans up to the halfway, but not too much further. Scanlon now gets round the tackle attempt, though. Another offload, beautifully done by the Samoans, and that will be Nanueli Letufia, who does get the first try. Who's in the final? It is France versus Argentina in the final, and then the bronze final is Australia versus Ireland. Nice try for Nanueli Letufia, his first actually in Vancouver, which is quite surprising, but hasn't quite found his way over the try line as of yet in this competition. It was a great step from Scanlon, Lewis and Billy Oriambo. And then on the outside, it was Nelson Oyo, just not quite able to catch up with Letufia as he was flying past him on the outside. Samoan fans in attendance absolutely loving that one in Vancouver. They have been in full support of their sides throughout the whole weekend. It's been absolutely awesome to see. But that is a successful conversion, and that will make the score now 7-0 in favour of the Samoans. Malani Matavao kicking this one off to the short side of the field. Sorry, on the near side of the field. That sits up for Matavao. Odiumbo makes the tackle on him. Another offload though to Scanlon, pins his ears back. Another try for Samoa. And that'll make it now 12 points to 0. Favor of the Pacific Island boys. Now the difference between Letufea and Scanlon. Letufea, that was his first try. Scanlon, that is his 8th of the Sevens competition here in Canada. Malani Matavao, he kicked it off short. Was then slapped back by the Samoans. Picked up by Malani Matavao, who broke through the tackle of Odiumbo. Found the offload. And then Paul Scanlon ran it in for the try. Now the Kenyans, they'll find themselves 14-0 down as we currently sit. Not the score that they would have been after, that is for sure. Plenty of room for improvement. 3 minutes remaining in this first half. Letufea. Be happy enough with that kick, at least, that he just did. Now it is going to be taken this time by Nelson Oyo for Kenya. Pilomaliko does have to release him. Now another step from Kenya. Nice bit of possession starting to open up for them. That was actually John Akoff Otieno. Goes across to Nelson Oyo. One more on the outside. Now nice work here from Tanga. Breaking one tackle. Gets back up to his feet. Goes again. He's a ball of muscle, Tanga. And making some good meters with his physicality. Now just keeping that field. No, the foot was in touch in the end. Now Samoa will have themselves the line-out opportunity. Sitting 14-0 at the moment on the scoreboard. The Samoans starting this match extremely well. It's a great step from the Kenyans. Be able to start that little bit of the counter-attack. Tanga breaking through at least a couple tackles in the process. Now it's back across to Malani Matavao. Thought about the inside ball, but instead hangs on to it. Now goes on the outside to Paul Scanlon. Nice step, straight through. And there will be another try for the Samoans. Their third of the match, and now they are starting to get themselves a nice, solid lead with 90 seconds remaining in the first half. That'll be the 9th try for Paul Scanlon. He's just adding them up now. I'm not too sure who's got the leading tries in this competition, but I'd say that Scanlon with 9's going to be somewhere up there, I would think, with the amount that he has been able to get for himself. One moment, we will go like this. And we will go like this. There we go. A nice try for Paul Scanlon. 8 missed tackles already, actually, for Kenya, they have just mentioned. And that is a stat that you certainly cannot afford up against a tough side like the Samoans. And also, we've got there how to get onto the Sevens. Like, how do countries qualify? So pretty much the way that they end up setting it up is, I believe it's the top 13 qualify automatically into the next year's Sevens competition. And then I believe they kind of have qualifying matches for those other sides, which is why you'll see a relegation zone at the bottom of the points and everything along those lines. You'll kind of see how they progress. But I believe it's like they have a round the week before, I think, for the lower ranked sides just before the first leg. I want to say that's how they do it, but I could be a bit wrong in that regard. And ref looks scared there. Didn't want to get bumped again, says Moose, which is fair enough. I mean, those Samoan boys, they run it hard and they run it straight. Nice offload now to Valvasa Afasua. Goes off to Falaniko, and he crawls his way over the try line, fending off one of the Kenyans, then puts the ball down. He was just having fun inside of the in-goal area. Didn't want to end. And did you watch any league games on the weekend, says Xavier? I've watched a few highlight packages. I haven't watched too many of the games in full. Like, I've seen 20-minute patches and whatnot of certain matches. I saw the Warriors got themselves the win over the Knights. Also saw the Dolphins getting a win over the Roosters for their first match of the NRL season. Yeah, missed tackle from Kenya again does start to cost them. Our Seven Sisters still live. They are. So they will be playing head-to-head with the Aussies again as the women's final. That seems to be the one that we get to see every single time, every single week at the moment. It does seem, but now the score is 28-0 in favour of Samoa at halftime. It's going to be a monumental comeback if Kenya can get close. And comments are getting really delayed. I noticed other people as well. I cannot see until much later, says Moose. Oh, is it not just mine? Because I've noticed that if I read on my phone, that's actually what I've got open at the moment, is I've got the chat on my phone because my live streaming software, the last comment that came through was actually this one. That's the last one that it's got, which is at 12:21, and it's currently 12:28. So I do apologize if I am reading comments a little bit later, but now that I've got it set up on my phone for the rest of the live streams, I'm just going to read it off my phone, making it so much easier than waiting. Because, yeah, it seems weird having the last one almost 9 minutes ago, the way it's setting up. 7 tackles made by Samoa, 3 missed. Kenya making 2 tackles, missing 9 in the process. Samoa's certainly enjoying this first half of the match up against Kenya. The line breaks 3-0 in favour of the Samoan boys. I should mention the next one that we will be doing on the channel for live streaming wise will be the match between New Zealand and the USA. That will be kicking off at 12:41. Then alongside that, we will then have the Ireland versus Australia match, the women's final, and then the men's final. Those are the last 3 that we have got for today. Seems like the Samoan supporters in attendance still absolutely loving it. Even though their side at best can finish 9th, there's always huge support for Samoa, no matter who they are playing up against. But Malani Matavao kicks off for the second half, just travels the 10 metres. And Leteru, that's going to be the knock on. Oh, they've just all come through. All at once. Just bang. But I have got it on the phone as well. And I wish the commentators would shut it. I cannot hear what Brian Lima is saying. Says Moose. I'm sure he would have been saying something along the lines of, if I had to guess, of course. Can't say this is exactly what he said, but if I know him from what he said in the past Sevens competitions, he would have been saying that was a much better half, boys. Second half, we're still going to make sure we do keep that position for a lot longer, because at the end of the day, that seems to be the main message that's being relayed throughout that Samoa Sevens camp, is keep possession, because then we find success. Now Kenya trying to step through, it was the Kenya number 5, Billy Oriambo. Now going off to Nelson Oyo. Close to the touchline here. Just keeping in the field of play. And Kenya would love to be able to score the first try of the second half. Big shot for Otieno. Now once again, passing off to the left-hand side. Big shot there on Ta'abu. It might have actually been with Kessa. Did have that carry. Now it is Ta'abu with the ball in the midfield. Nice inside ball for Kenya. This is starting to look a little bit more like what we've seen in the past few matches. Otieno dragged down 5 metres out. Ta'abu thought about the pass. He's over. And Kenya score themselves their first try. And what place are this play to, or this, what place these two play for? It is playing for 9th place. So whoever wins this finish 9th. Whoever loses it finishes 10th. So a lot lower down than the Samoans would have liked to be in this competition, that is for sure. But the fact that South Africa were playing off for 13th place, New Zealand playing off for 5th, there are a lot of upsets. Fiji don't actually have another game as well, because they did lose to the USA in golden point time not too long ago. It was a great shot from Va'a Pilomaliko originally on Odiambo. Wasn't able to keep them out, and the try scorer was actually Brian Tunga. Now, with that first half run, you'd have to say he does deserve to get himself a try on the board. That kick is almost out on the full, is it? No, stays in the field of play. So now Samoa straight away finding the offload. Brilliant run forward here from Leteru. Looks like he's going to get caught. He's just been dropped on the 22-metre line by the Kenyan. Number 22 is opposite number. Great counter ruck, but unfortunately just didn't have any support from his teammates. Now, Naulivaya trying to bump off one, bumps off 2, going almost through the third. Ta'abu, but he finds the offload to Afasua, and that will be another try for the Samoans. The scoreboard's a little bit asleep. There we go. That is better. And what's the hats with Fiji? They just ended up, unfortunately losing that game up against the USA in golden point time. The scoreboard had it wrong as well on the actual 7 circuit. The 7 scoreboard at the ground, they were like, it is 21 points to 17. We knew it was 19 for the USA, but I didn't realize the last kick was unsuccessful because they didn't show it. So I thought the Fijians won at 21 to 19, but then they didn't And it would have set up for New Zealand versus Fiji, which would have been a great game. Kenya looked much better when they vary their attack. There's Mus nicely put down by Afasua. The kick is successful. And that was one thing I was going to do while this match was going on, is I want to see the stats to do with this round. In terms of, where is it? Team stats. Have we got these stats somewhere? More stats. There we go. I want to see who the leading try scorer is so far throughout this leg. So the men player stats. And you can select the competition. We will select Vancouver. So Paul Scanlon at the moment sitting there with the most points scored out of any player. Try scored. There we go. So it is Scanlon at the top with 9. We thought he'd be right up there as he had been scoring a lot throughout this one. And I read what's the Haps for Fiji, didn't I? And then in second, it's actually Darby Lancaster for the Australians. Savue Suez Wapi also on 7. And then Theo Fournier sitting there on 7. Now Kenya taking the quick tap. Abu held up by Afasua. Billy Odiambo. Is it across again for Kenya at the moment? Just a bit stagnant on the halfway line. Trying to find their gap. Which isn't really opening up too well. Odiambo again. Goes off now to Hamwa. Good run. Nice inside ball there again. Found the offload. That was a beautiful one from the Kenyans. I believe it is going to be Abakuse. Go like that. And like that. There we go. Now Kenya. Ball on the outside's open if he wants. He does find it to Billy Odiambo. And he will score the try again. Samoa almost playing angry. Desmond, well, they'll be frustrated with how they played in their last matchup. Because, in fact, it would have been the match before the last. Losing that game up against New Zealand by quite a margin. Losing to the USA would have been the one that hurt them just that little bit more, though, seeing as it was only a couple points difference, and they did need to win that to get through to the next stage. Come on, Samoa, get the 9th. Says Spider-Meg. It does seem like they should have it almost confirmed, but Kenya's still scoring a few relatively easy tries thrown in there as well, which I don't think Samoa will be hugely happy about. Now the kick attempt is out to the right-hand side. So with 40 seconds left now, it's going to be 35 points to 12. Kenya slapping the ball back and retaining their own kickoff. 50 metres out from the line again. Nice take from Wakesa. Now Tanga, a try scorer from earlier on. Look for the offload. Samoa picked the ball up. It's close to the touchline again, but Billy Odiambo able to claim it. Jumps into the tackle. I don't think you're allowed to do that. Now, 4 seconds left. I don't think Kenya will be kicking this ball into touch, though. And also, we have got that Ooh La La read hot girls. Says Ollie. Interesting. Now breaking through the line. This looks like it could also be a try, although he might get just caught. He does. The Kenyan number 22, John Okoth. Now, Tanga going across again to the left-hand side. Nice inside ball. That was tackled off the ball there for the number 13, so they will have the advantage in favour of the Kenyans. Look like they want one more try before the end of this contest, and at the moment, they're only 22 metres out, so a good chance to do so. Okoth now stepping back. Wrestled down, going short side. Odiambo shut down pretty early by 2 Samoan players. Gets his knee to the ground, so they do have to release him. Ahumwa going back across now to the left. Kenya currently already 1 minute past. Oh, what a hit that is. That's going to be the advantage. So there might actually end up being something more than just a penalty. Yep, it is going to be a yellow card there for the big shot from Fa'afoi Falaniko. Like I said, big physical hit, but there might not have been too much of an arm wrap. What shall I get Keelan for his birthday? Says Ollie. I don't really know Keelan, Ollie, to be honest. So I don't know what he likes. I don't know what he dislikes. But I would say try and get him something that he will like rather than something he won't like. Good idea. An illegal challenge for Fa'afoi Falaniko. The game is already secured. And also, Ulala de Puck, Hot Girls, says Reed. You do know at the moment the men are playing Reed and Ollie rather than the women. Now, Tanga. Kicked him behind. Does it sit up? Yes, it does. Kenya will get their third. It is Abakuse who came off the bench close to the halftime. And that will be the end of this contest. 35 points to 17. There's still a kick to come, though. Kenya might be able to make it the 19 on the board. But I will mention the next match that we are covering is just around the corner. That will be New Zealand versus USA. And then we have got just the 3 more Sevens matches remaining in the day of Sevens action. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning into this live stream. If you did enjoy, sure leave a like and subscribe. Of course, we still cover the rugby union each and every week. And then when the Sevens circuit does come back around, we will be covering these teams all over again. But thank you all very much for tuning in. I will see you all for the next one.